Thank you, everyone. That was a very nice spot of reading. I was very happy to hear all of you speaking, reading the excerpts that we did just now. Particularly, I would like to say I was very much affected by this Farrell's dramatic reading. You know, Farrell likes to express himself very strongly, so he brought life into this reading. And also Adele at the behind. Adele is usually very quiet. She's usually very quiet. So I was surprised that from a very soft voice, she could muster her courage to speak loudly and clearly so that we could all enjoy her reading. And also I'd like to thank Ashlyn. She did a very good job as well. Now, why am I doing this reading with all of you? Anyone wants to guess? Yes? Yes, Dylan? Right? Right, so that you can get a better understanding of what we are doing, a better idea of the story. That's something that I want to get across also. But today, what I have in mind is something else. Today, we are going to create a short story. That means every one of you will get together to create a short story. That's why we want to have ideas. And the ideas we get from yesterday's short story. Understand? So what happens is this, we have this thing called pre-writing. Let me just write down the heading. But in pre-writing, what we want to do is get all the ideas together. Writing is not important now. Ideas are important. We get all the ideas, we put them together, and then we organize them properly so that we can understand the big story that we are going to write. So, pre-writing. Just now we read excerpts of yesterday's short story, Reflections. Today, we want to concentrate on some of the final points. Number one, we want to use action verbs. So we use action verbs to get our story across simply. For example, just now, one of you read, who was it? Oh yes, Emmanuel. Emmanuel read the part where this Kapal feasted Job on the shoulder. Right? Let me write down. So you can see there's an action verb there, feasted. Just one action verb. Now, usually what we will say is Kapal punched Job, and then after that he used his right fist and then hit him again. So many words. But just one word here, feasted, conveyed the whole story. So that is one idea that I want to plant into your mind. Use action verbs in your story. They are more powerful. Right? All understand? And what was the other thing that happened in the short story? Yes. Seeing? Yes, there was a fight. So let me just write down part of that excerpt that Seeing read. It was three boys fighting against one, right? And this part, Seeing, can you read for me? But all that was, sorry, Seeing? Okay, Seeing was one big ball, again Seeing, okay, with sticky arms, legs and heads. So you can see this thing. Right? This is another way of telling your story. Now you notice this method. Let me just underline the important words here. One big ball with sticky arms, legs, and heads rolling on the floor. So what this author did was he used words to paint a picture. So can you see? Words painting a picture. Usually we see this phrase, a picture tells 1,000 words, right? You have heard of this, right? But in this particular author's case, he turned the whole thing around. He used words to paint a picture. That is one skill that I would like you all to pick up. That's why I put here. Now the other reason I put this here is why? Yes? Yes? Right? Gwen is correct. Because of the fight. Let me just put a different color. So there was a fight. The idea is fight. So when we write a short story, we must always inject important things, interesting things, exciting things into our short story to attract people to read our story. And one of the things that we can put in is a fight. Right? We just put in a fight. And then what happens? Next, okay, there was a... Yes? Right? Correct? There was a nosebleed. And what happens? Kapao ran away. The bully ran away. So what happens here is there's a high point. There's a high point. So this high point we call a climax. Climax. So this is the climax. Now today what we want to do is to use these ideas that we have here. First the fight and then the nosebleed, and we'll put this into what we're going to learn today. And what is this that we're going to learn today? We are going to write a story using mind web or mind mapping. Let me just model the mind map for you. I'll use black color, okay? I use a different color. Now mind mapping is very simple. In the center you start. This is the story that you have. No title yet. We haven't even formed the story yet, so we can't choose a title. What did we learn yesterday? A character? Yes, the character map. So every story must have characters. Alright, next. Who else? Right, Jonathan. Jonathan, yes? Right, you must have a setting. Setting. What else did we learn? Yes, Javier. Yes, we learn events, happenings. But today we'll take it a step further. We will break these events, happenings into a few parts. One part, let me use a different color. One part is the climax. Then before the climax, before the highest point, you have the rising action. And then after that, you have the falling action. When the whole thing winds down, and eventually, of course, we have the resolution, the end of the story. So this is the end of the story. Now remember, we had these ideas. There was a fight and then a climax. The climax is the highest point. So that's the nosebleed. So after the highest point, the whole thing falls down. And what happens is this, Kapao ran away. So can you see, Kapao ran away. How do we see this better? Very simple. We use this. We use this method. So what is this method? See, the climax is the highest point, and then we have the falling action here, and then we have the rising action right here. Rising action, the excitement builds up, so it's a fight. Right? Now I'm going to break you all into groups of 3. So what you need to do is brainstorm ideas using this mind map. Right? 10 is enough? Okay? Ken? Right, good. Thank you very much. Thank you.